This right here is what point contact cannon braces should have done when they first released. Okay, I'm done yelling. Kudos to you, Bungie. I'm now a Thunderclap main. Hello, you beautiful weirdos. How are you? Today's video is gonna be a short one because I got called out to Atlanta, but I wanted to share the build with you as soon as possible because it's so much fun. It's all about an endless supply of blinding, jolting, and thunderclapping some booty cheeks, so let's get into it. Starting off with the subclass. For the abilities, we want the Thruster, Thunderclap, and Blinding Nades. The Thunderclap and Nades are self-explanatory, but the Thruster will make more sense when we get into the mods. For the aspects, we want Touch of Thunder for an additional blinding flash from our grenade on bounce, and Knockout to boost our melee range and damage, along with healing and making us amplified on successful melee kills. For the fragments, we want Amplitude to create orbs when defeating multiple targets while amplified. This one is important because it creates ridiculous amounts of extra orbs, and stacks with Heavy-Handed to create 2 orbs from the Thunderclap kills. The next one is Ions, to give us some extra ability energy when collecting Ionic Traces after defeating jolted targets, and believe me, we are going to jolt everything in our path. The third fragment is Shock, to jolt targets with our arc grenades. This helps feed Spark of Ions for those extra Ionic Traces. And the final fragment is Resistance, to give us a little extra damage resistance while surrounded. This one comes in handy when we're stuck in a Thunderclap animation and taking damage. It also serves a higher purpose with the Thruster and the mods I mentioned earlier, which we're about to get into. Before we do though, we're gonna need the authorized melee mod from the artifact. I tried to keep it as simple as possible, and as we unlock the artifact perks, we'll build into this. Alright, moving over to the mods. On the helmet, we want Hands-On for lots of extra super energy, along with Kinetic and Harmonic Siphon to help create even more orbs. For the point contacts, we want Heavy-Handed for even more orbs for melee kills, and Melee Kickstart twice to help us get our melee back as fast as possible. This is why we wanted the authorized melee artifact mod. On the chest, we want Charged Up twice for 2 additional stacks of armor charges to feed Melee Kickstart. On the legs, we want stacks on stacks for extra armor charges when picking up orbs, along with Innervation and Invigoration to reduce grenade and melee cooldown when picking up those extra orbs. And finally, the Titan Mark. We want Outreach and Reaper to reduce melee cooldown and drop extra orbs after using our class ability. We're gonna pair these two with one of the new armor mods called Powerful Attraction. This one automatically collects orbs when activating our class ability, and it's the reason we wanted the Resistance fragment. We can scoot up into a group of adds and hit our thruster to collect all those precious orbs while having some extra resistance. The gameplay loop is simple. Just throw some grenades to blind everything, thunderclap those blinded adds to cause nothing but pure chaos, and use our class ability to scoop up all those extra orbs. I barely used my weapons with this build, but a few that I know would complement it are the Salvager Salvo Grenade Launcher, the new Centrifuge Auto Rifle, and one of my favorites, the Icalos with Volt Shot. I also use the Crown Splitter quite a bit because there's something satisfying about slamming on some blinded enemies. Just saying. There will be a dim link in the description, and as I unlock more artifact mods and this build evolves, I'll continue to update the dim link, or maybe just make a better video, who knows. As always, have a fantastic day and be good to one another. Thank you!